Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Tuesday, and we're going to go live on Instagram shortly. Hi to the YouTubers. Hi to the Facebookers. Standing by, ready to go live to the IGers. There we are. And we're good. Hi, friends.
Yay.
Happy Tuesday. So glad to have you here. Obviously, we're going to hang out tonight. One of my very good friends, one of your good friends, like your hair bestie, Maria McCool. If you don't know Maria, Maria is the owner behind this amazing salon in the Philadelphia area called Calista. I've been a frequent flyer there for many miles. I think I might be the million-mile status. In any event, about 1,000 people go in and out of those doors every week, looking for the best in hair care, spa treatments. And how many years ago did you
35.
develop?
Oh,
35
the brand.
that you've been in business.
The salon is 35 years, yes.
But what about the tools?
15.
15 years ago, Maria said, you know what? I carry a lot of prestigious brands for my clients, but I mix them up and do special things with them, or they're looking for certain things. And I want people to be able to go home and do their hair and feel confident the way I do it for them in the salon. So Calista Tools was born. And hi to everybody coming in. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm excited to have you here, is we're going to spend some time really talking to you about getting your hair ready for the fall season. It's been a hot summer. You've been at the pool. You've been at the beach. Maybe you go a little lighter in the summertime. Your hair is feeling a little dry and parched. So how can we get your hair feeling better so you feel better heading into the fall season?
The new season.
Yeah, right?
Fall's always a good time.
Yeah, right?
So it's like New Year to me.
I think it's like a good, like this is the time of year you're refreshing your
changes.
wardrobe.
You're right.
Right? So you refresh your hair too.
Yeah. Even with, not just in how you style it, but sometimes we change the cut a little bit or the color, which I think because we change our clothes. So, things are getting a little less bright, some fall colors, and then sometimes richer looks good. So I like that.
Yeah.
The change up.
Well, and you want your hair to shine. You want your hair to have body. You want your hair to have volume. If you haven't found those things for your hair, I hope you'll hang out with us for just a little bit so that you can learn about the Calista Tools difference. And if you use any of these products, that I think is that's like a 5-star review, right? So if you've had experience with the Calista products, there's certain products you love. Let everybody know what you like about them, what kind of hair you have, how it's worked for you. And if you have any questions, be sure to put those in the chat. Yes. Kylie's in the chat. So she's here at the salon with us. So she'll be able to post your questions up on the screen so Maria and I can see them. So hi to everybody who's jumping in. I mean, there's tons of people there. So hi, hello, Penny and Vanessa and Tallene and Cynthia, Felicia, Carol, everybody.
Love it.
Thanks for being here. I've been lucky. Maria has, done my hair for, when I first moved here in 1993. And I was this dark-haired bob, and I didn't want any change. Don't change it.
And then it was like, why does my hair look like a helmet on television?
Exactly, right? So then it was like, add in some highlights. Let's add in some texture. I've gone super short. I've gone longer.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without Maria's help over the years, for sure. So,
so
let's talk. We're going to start with shampoo and conditioner, which might be like, you might be like, why there? Like everybody has a shampoo. Like I have a shampoo and conditioner. It's fine. I want to get into the styling products. But Maria will tell you, if you don't get that shampoo and conditioner step right, all the other stuff isn't going to work as well as you'd like. It's the same as skincare. If you don't get that cleansing and exfoliation step right in your skin,
your makeup,
your makeup doesn't go on well. You look a little more haggard. Your skin looks dry. The moisturizers can't get in and do their thing. So cleansing and exfoliation, not only important for your face, but also important for your hair.
100%.
And that was sort of your goal in putting together the Juice shampoo and conditioner. So take it away.
And it's so true because, I always think about how much money we put into the creams and all the things we use on our face. And I had so many clients that really weren't thinking about their hair. And it's amazing that if you're not using the right product when it comes to shampoo and conditioner, how aged your hair looks, and it's a very simple step to change to the right thing. But in my experience, and believe me, I could have any shampoo at my back bar that I want. And we
Yes,
did. We
right.
had tons. We had the top brands.
Yes.
But every single brand, and even brands that I worked for at one time, were always treating the hair, right? So you were buying a shampoo if you had color treated hair, or your hair was fine, or your hair was dry, or your hair was frizzy or curly. You buy the shampoo, right? For that.
Yes.
Well, for me, I have aged hair that's gray underneath, but then I do color treat it, and it is curly and it is frizzy. And I was always like, there's not a shampoo that really encompasses what I need for my hair. But here's the thing, the hair, that's not the symptom. The symptom is the scalp. So if we're not taking care of our scalp properly, our hair will never be what it is. And we used to always, as you know, do oil treatments.
Yes.
Like when you came in, we would do
you would get a whole oil massage scalp treatment. And what was the point of that?
Because we wanted to wake up the scalp, get the blood flowing, open up and clear around the pore, so that then the goodness that we put in went right to that hair bulb. So, I mean, think Miracle Grow, like think of some of the things that you do with your plants.
Yeah.
Right. Then they flourish more. That's what juicing is all about.
Okay.
So
here's the duo so people can see. You're going to get a shampoo and a conditioner. This is the size. You'll get the pump separately. You'll put that in when you get the bottle. These are 32 ounces. So 32 ounces of the shampoo, 32 ounces of the conditioner. Great for all hair types, which Maria will talk about. We've been out of stock on this for a while, and we also have a rockin' price. So it's on sale. So take advantage of that. Donna,
I love that.
Donna said, my husband's been using the juice on his hair and says his hair is squeaky clean. What he had been using never left his hair squeaky clean. He loves it.
So
awesome,
that's
Donna.
so awesome, Donna. I love that you said that. And men do really love this because of that reason. So what she's talking about is when you do juice, so it has ingredients: saw palmetto, red clover, willow herb. Think of when you juice for your body and you put in your Vitamix, like spinach and some apple, smoothie, and you're getting all those nutrients in one. Well, that's what juicing is about. And what happens is it exfoliates the scalp by 80%. So it takes off the dead skin, really clears it. That's why he's feeling his hair is squeaky clean. Your hair will never be clean unless the scalp is taken care of. And I'm here to tell you that I don't know of shampoos that take care of the scalp. And I didn't have to create shampoo. I only created this 4 or 5 years ago. I've been doing tools and styling products because there are a lot of good shampoos out there. But when I was starting to realize why my clients' hair was going flat, or why my clients' hair, the frizz would come out halfway through the day, I started to realize it was really all about the scalp. So
well, that's skin. Like if you think about it, right, doesn't it all make sense? Like that's skin, and that's gonna have a cell turnover the same way that your face does, and that's gonna slow down as we get older, just like it does on our face, right?
And the follicle in there, remember, there's a root in there, just like there's a root to the plant. So if we're always using these shampoos that are dealing with our hair, and we aren't using anything that's helping our root, you're never going to get the results.
Right.
The extreme results that you feel like this. And you only use one pump, one full pump. I'm actually going to put it in so that
sure.
That's one full pump.
Yeah.
You don't need any more than that.
It smells good too.
Yeah. It's not going to look, feel,
like honey
or
mint.
Smell. Like any shampoo you've ever used before. Just like she said to her husband, you're going to feel that invigoration on your scalp.
Is it foamy?
Yes.
And was it still going to foam in my hair?
Yes. A pillow puff lather. That's what I like to call it, because it's not foam. You know how foam? It's like a real pillow puff kind of luxurious spa-like lather. So you will see that. Let me tell you one thing about shampooing, if I can.
Yes.
If you cleanse the first time, right, and you're not getting any lather, it just means that your scalp is not really clean yet. So
you might do
rinse that out, and then you go in the second time, you'll be like, oh, wow, it's lathering now.
And I think that's really important, because some of you maybe have tried it and said, like, I didn't get much. Like,
sometimes it happens with your own shampoo.
That's why you need to rinse, and then you need to do it again. Holly said, how many pumps for long hair to your waist?
Ooh, to your waist.
Would you do really 2? Long.
Yeah, do 2. But try it. You know what I mean? Like, just do the 2. I would put 1 in and go to my scalp. And then if you need another one to get through the rest of the hair, and feel it out that way. Because you might find that you don't, because with long hair, you get that scalp really good, unless you have a lot of product down there. When you rinse, that's coming through the ends is usually enough to clean those ends, unless you're somebody that uses tons of spray.
Got it.
Then you're going to need the 2 pumps. That's
Yeah.
what I usually say. With
Good
my
question.
long-term
Thank
clients.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is that this is different. This like really, it's an exfoliant, right? So it's going to like dissolve the dead skin surface, but it's dissolving that oil. So if you have an extreme amount of oil, that's why you go in a second time. I do have to shampoo generally always twice because I'm very oily scalp. So I feel like, you know, a lot of times, you know, when I shampoo the next day, I don't get that big of lather. The second one, I get that really nice lather.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a good tip, right? The first time you use it, if you use it, and if you've never even thought about exfoliating your scalp before and the importance and how that could make a difference in how your hair looks and the fullness and the softness and the health of the hair, then you might be like, gosh, it didn't really lather much for me. I don't know if I like this. No, give it then the second time.
This is working
see
different.
the difference.
Because a lot of times what you'll have in your shampoos that you put on, they just lather right up. It's a lathering agent. Just like when you know, sometimes when you take the dish detergent, like, and you put it in, you're waiting for those bubbles. Now you know it's working and you're cleaning your thing. Well, that's kind of what a lot of shampoos have. It's just like this thing to blow up.
So this is what I love about having Maria is like, she gives us the inside skinny on like what's going on in a lot of those products that are kind of tricking us a little bit, right? And there's a lathering agent in a shampoo. No wonder that one gets so big and puffy foam on my hair. But then what happens when you rinse it out? It feels dry. It feels tangled, right? Those are the things that are working against what you're trying to achieve with your hair. So that's the shampoo. So then how did you have to approach the conditioner for that?
So that's different because you're doing like an exfoliation, a cleanse, you know, for your hair. This is not conditioner. This is like the moisturization step. So for those of you out there that are like, oh, I don't use conditioner, my hair's fine, you can use this because it's really, you'll take the pump, you can go right to the scalp with it because it has as much volumizing agents in it as the shampoo.
Wow.
So you know, you can use a little bit lighter if you want, but you want to use this step as well. I generally, you know, I'll use the smoothie brush in the shower, you know, and comb that through, and then I'll do the rest of my body and then rinse it out.
Great.
But you do want to use the two together. It's going to be really different. Sometimes you'll use a shampoo that has a lot of like panthenol, different ingredients in it that makes your hair feel soft. It doesn't mean it's treating your hair. It can be coating your hair, right? So you shampoo and you rinse and your hair feels like silk. So when you use these two, when
what?
Feels like silk.
It feels like silk.
You're like, did I say that again? I was like, did I say the wrong thing?
It was just cute. I liked it.
But you know, like, because I have to honestly admit, my brother, he was using this cheapest shampoo ever, but he was like, but my hair, because he has really frizzy curly hair, and he's like, but my hair is like, but his hair was getting so dry because it had nothing in it to help his hair. But because it coated it, he thought it was. Yes. But the hair was just getting drier and drier and drier. So that's why, you know, you want to make sure you're treating it because you want to make sure that you're getting the correct hydration into the hair and not coating the hair with something that makes it falsely feel like it's good. Right. So when you shampoo with the juice, you'll feel like, don't even think about it, just do your shampoo. You might be like, oh, this is interesting because I don't feel it like really like a heavy conditioner shampoo would feel. As soon as you put the second step on, it's like perfect. Yeah. Right. Nice. Like it's like perfection right there.
Yeah. And it's lightweight. I don't always love to use conditioners in my hair because I always felt like they were too heavy and they would weigh my hair down because my hair is heavy and thick to begin with. But I can use the juice. You know, I just use a little bit, work it through my hands, work it all through my hair, rinse it out, and then my hair feels so nice. Valerie says, does this work for curly hair without drying it and making it frizzy?
That's the whole point.
This is a good question for her because you may not realize this, but Maria's hair naturally is pretty curly and frizzy. Yes,
exactly. Yeah. So, and I have clients that have really, really tight curl and frizz and all ethnicities, right? Like, and so it's great for your hair. Like you will find the first shampoo, you'll love the way your hair feels. But because this is like 6 months worth. Yeah. When you get through this, you will see a complete transition in the frizz in your hair. Now, a recommendation on it, because my goddaughter actually has really curly, a lot of frizz to her hair. the mask. Can we move into that?
Yeah. Well, before we do, we'll move into the mask in just a second. If you have
Oh.
any questions about the shampoo and conditioner, let's talk about those right now. Tracy says, I have alopecia as well as dry hair. Will this be okay to use?
Yes. If you look up, who asked? I didn't even
I'm
see.
Tracy.
Tracy. If you look up willow herb, saw palmetto, red clover, look at what that does for your hair. I mean, I don't want to sit here and make claims, but it's all about hair growth. And any of my clients that lose their hair from chemo, alopecia, if I have to give it to them, I make them start juicing. So yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions, or Kylie, if you see any about the shampoo, let us know about the juice shampoo and conditioner. So again, you're going to get both 32 ounces each. We sell out of that a lot. Calista sells out of it a lot. So
ingredients are pretty rare.
When we have it, make sure you're stocking up on it. Lisa said, do you recommend flipping your head over and shampooing the underneath?
So yeah, that's really great. Actually, if you're looking for volume, if you even rinse it flipped over, a lot of times if you get that hair growth going in the other direction. But yes, especially if you thick hair, when you flip over like that, you really do want to get in here. Because a lot of people, I see it. I actually had a long hair girl come in the other day when I went to blow dry her hair, like this whole part, I couldn't really get volume in because she clearly wasn't shampooing in there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like super.
Yeah. Everybody sometimes thinks the top, right?
Yeah.
And you forget like your scalp is your whole head, right? It's the whole head. So
yeah. So flipping it over makes it easier.
Yeah.
Do it.
Great.
Do it.
Great. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Again, the Duo is on sale right now, y'all, for $69 for both. And that includes your shipping.
32 ounces.
Shipping and handling included. Shipping and handling included. So really nice value there for the Duo. $69, shipping and handling included. It's more if you buy it from Calista. It's more if you buy it from other retailers that start with, a letter. And there's 3 of them. And I used to work there. Our value's awesome, right? And we're thrilled we can do that. Patty wants to know, is it good for my gray? My hair since being gray has changed texture so much. My mom says that all the time, right? Patty, like suddenly your hair, at least I know from my mom, it's like really resistant to any kind of curl, feels so coarse, doesn't seem to have any body or movement to it. So how does this work with gray hair or becoming gray?
Exactly. It's so great for gray hair. And, we have, when we go through, like I call it the 4-pack, right? Like, because when it comes to gray hair and making sure that it's still soft and it's still shiny, it's still like pliable and it's not unruly. The saw palmetto, red clover, willow herb, I keep calling out the same ones because those ingredients feed that hair like skincare feeds, like the right skincare takes those fine lines away.
That's like the equivalent of your peptides or your, like those kinds of things, the ceramides or whatever that do the good things for your skin. Those ingredients that Maria's always talking about, the willow herb and the saw palmetto, like those are the powerhouse ingredients to make a difference in the hair.
And can I say, because another thing, as we age, what happens is that when that scalp, those pores, if they're shrinking some, right? Or there's like, it's kind of build up around. What happens is over time, that hair that's trying to push through is pushing through it tighter. And so whenever it pushes through, it starts to get a little finer. So as we age, like it's kind of like your like the callus is like things that happen. So by keeping that clear and opening that up and really feeding that root, allowing the gray hair to get the nutrients back that it doesn't have anymore. So it's really, really super great for gray hair. And some of you have gray hair that we see, and some of us have gray hair that's under there.
Yes.
But we still have that new coarseness, like the difference. It's just that we color treat our hair, but the gray is still there.
Right.
So it just works so great on gray. And it does not fade your color. Like the ingredients are to make sure there's no color fadage.
I was going to ask about that. So whether you have oily hair, normal hair, dry hair, sensitized hair, color treated hair, naturally gray hair, men or women, doesn't matter, gender.
Men are obsessed with it.
Just really, really great. Even to like What about your teens and tweens and adolescents, you know, going through puberty and everything's kind of oily, right? Like, so, I mean, here's something again too, to like keep that scalp nice and clean for them. So
when my kids' friends come like down to the beach house or whatever, like one of Max's friends was there recently, and he was just like, "What was that?" He had really curly hair, very curly hair, and he was just like, "My curls have never laid like this." And so, of course, he had to have juice. But I was like, yep, it's a whole different way. It's a whole different system when it comes to cleansing your hair. It's completely different.
It's different. Linda said, not gray, totally white.
Yeah.
Will it tone down yellowing and white
Well,
hair?
as you saw, did you notice that it had that little bit of bluing to it? It keeps it nice and toned. It's not blue like a blue shampoo might do, but it definitely brightens it and keeps it whitening, you know? And the conditioning step is very protective because there's things like the sun, curling irons usually. I think the sun and curling irons are the biggest culprits of our hair yellowing. And so it does protect from that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Listen, if you have more questions about the juice, shampoo, and conditioner, keep them coming, but we want to move on because we have some a brand new product from Calista still to come. Stay tuned for that. But I also feel like, and this is, you know, for personal, you know, I just had my hair cut last week. A lot of my hair really bleached out blonde this summer. Mm-hmm. It was feeling a little crispy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So to have it cut, it like starts to feel healthy again. But I also feel like it needs an extra boost. Yeah. You know, like sometimes even your skin needs that after the summer heat. And, you know, for your hair, it's the salt water, it's the sun, it's the chlorine. You're just parched. Like my hair feels like that. So I wanted to make sure we talk tonight about a treatment product, the same way you would have treatment for your skin by doing a mask once in a while to sort of replenish and rejuvenate. Maria created a mask for your hair, and it's called Mend. Right. So let's talk about that.
So any of you that ask some of those questions, like your dry, frizzy hair, your gray hair that's not soft anymore, you're using heat styling tools, you're feeling the dryness, the sun, the ocean, the pool, all of these things that start really kind of taking that natural oil out of the hair and the natural hydration. Masking, I had for years been asking my clients to mask, as included you, and a lot of them just wouldn't, and they would come back, and I'd be like, "Did you any chance mask?" Like, you know, they're like, "No," they didn't want to tell you, like they didn't want to let me know. Right. But what I started to find out, because I'm like, why, you know, is because nobody wanted an extra step. So when I worked with my chemist with the juicing ingredients, I said I need it to be instant. I need them to be able to put this, shampoo their hair. And instead of using your conditioner that day, you use the mask. Yeah. So it goes on just like a conditioner. You'll feel the difference compared to that conditioner. I like to comb it through in the shower. I like to leave this on.
Yeah, it's the first thing I do. I go in, I use my juice, wash my hair, take the Mend, work it through. And then I go through, wash my body, shave my legs, shave my underarms, like do all of the things. Maybe just stand there for a few minutes because it's the only quiet I get in my day sometimes. And then I rinse it out.
And so I have to ask you, because I'm very curious, because we have different hair. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that. How often do you mask?
Probably like every other week.
And how often are you shampooing?
I used to shampoo every day, every other day, probably now.
And you're doing every other week.
Yeah, because I'm at home a lot, you know, like I don't have to go, I'm not going into work every day. So I can get away with it a little bit. But
I'm
you know, every I would say I probably do the mask every other week, probably for me.
And so I was just asking her because, well, there is gray under there. Yeah. We're color treating, we're highlighting, but she's short and she has good, strong, healthy hair.
I do. So I'm lucky. My hair's pretty
every
good.
Other is, you know what I mean? Like just gives you that like lift, right?
Yes.
My hair is really fine, very frizzy, color treated. There's bleach on there. Like I'm always using heat styling tools. So I'm shampooing every day and I'm masking once a week. Now, in the summer, to really fight my frizz, I mask like every other time.
Wow.
When it's like the high humidity days, to keep my hair nice and soft and keep that frizz away, I'll mask more often. And I noticed most of my curly clients, because remember, I think it was Tracy who had asked, most of my curly clients are like my niece who has a really curly frizzy hair, like she uses this instead of that. Now, the thing about the mask is it lasts through shampoo. So you really don't have to use it all the time, but it's what makes her feel good. And she says when she does, even in July, she doesn't see any frizz. So, if that makes her, and I do it sometimes too. Like if I know it's a frizzy day, I'm just going to mask. I don't even think about when the last time I did it. It's just, that's what I'm going to do instead, because it's not a lot. You don't need a lot. Maybe like me is like a dime to a nickel amount and work it through. I use the smoothie brush in the shower, come through, and then I leave it in there while I do the rest. The ingredients in this one, like we're talking protection, less breakage, like the less frizz, like the claims that we have on this product are, it's mind boggling. And it really, I think it's, and everywhere that I know is like 5-star.
Yeah.
Because once you try it, you're just like, I mean, I don't know what you think. Cause again, Jill, you have healthy hair. Not everybody's hair, like my hair is not as strong as your hair.
Right.
My hair doesn't hold up.
But there are also times like, again, like this summer, I was getting highlights put in every 6 weeks. And then I was out in the sun, and the sun was really taking those highlights and making them brighter. And so my hair really would start to feel like the ends would be like, God, it's like straw, or down here on my face, it would be like a little frizzy. And so that's when I really appreciated the mask, because I could really work it in those areas where I felt like it wanted to drink in that moisture. Right. But the other thing is, again, as somebody who doesn't really love conditioners, when I rinsed it out and then would go to dry and style my hair just looked better, softer, but it wasn't flat. So if you're worried about that, you don't have to be. So I feel like the Mend mask is like one of those missing pieces for a lot of you. If you've never had something like that, and you're, really trying to get the condition of your hair to feel softer, to behave better, to not frizz as much, to not feel so coarse if your hair is, turning gray or white, that's definitely one I hope that everybody will consider, because when you partner that with the Juice shampoo, conditioner, like now you sort of have the trifecta.
I love that.
Christine said, love the mask too. My hair feels great after. Game changer.
It is a game changer.
Yeah. Thank Christine.
You for saying that, because that's really, it's just one of those products that I've never, ever had anybody ever say anything but like, wow.
The only time you ever sort of hear about something like that is sometimes when you go to a salon, they'll do a deep conditioning treatment for another $50, right? And here you're getting this huge tube where you can do it yourself over and over and over again, really whenever you feel like your hair needs it. And that's, I think, what it comes down to too, Marie, is people know their hair. Right. And if you're starting to notice like, gosh, my ends are really looking fried, or gosh, what's going on with my hair? Like I just can't get it tamed.
Longer hair.
This is going to be awesome.
If you have longer hair and you're color treating, or you have gray, or you're using heat styling tools, or you're in the pool, or you're in the sun, or you're a gardener, like honestly, like that's not like my clients with longer hair, non-negotiable. If I'm going to color treat their hair, they're going to mask. And it's no extra step. You know what I mean? Like that's why they can't
You're just
say
using it instead of conditioner.
That's why I did that
on those days.
Because it keeps your color. It makes your color, or preserves it. It makes it last longer. And you're right. What's really cool, and I think why it has such high reviews, is because this is pro stuff. What's in this is the treatments it's ingredients treatments I use on my clients and charge them, like you said, that are just given to us stylists to use on your hair. But I wanted to give it to my clients, because now, especially, some people will go a lot, like some people will go long, like if they get a balayage, they're not coming back monthly. Like they're coming back in 3 months, and like they can't wait 3 months till I see them. To get a treatment. I mean, they got to at least be treated. So if Jill's saying she's doing it she shampoos every other day, and so she's doing this every other week. If you're somebody who goes like 3 times, like you go 3 days before you shampoo, you may just do this once a month. You know what I mean? Like, I think it goes with that. I shampoo every day, so I'm doing it once a week.
Great. All right. If you have more questions, keep them coming. Let's talk next about the Vitality Spray. All right.
Desert Island.
Oh, and Prudence just tuned in. My hair is fine and graying.
Okay.
Will the conditioner weigh it down and make it stick to my head? So let's talk about both the juice and the mask.
Okay. So the regular and the mask.
Yeah.
So just don't use a lot. You don't need a lot, right? It sounds like if your hair, did you say it was really fine?
Fine and gray.
Fine and gray.
Yeah.
So it won't make it flat. Don't use a lot though, okay?
Yes.
Because you don't need a lot. I mean,
you're not going to use a full pump of the
I don't know how long your
conditioner
hair is.
the way you use a full pump of the shampoo, correct?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
And so that would probably be enough. You know, if your hair is short hair, that might be enough.
Yeah.
And you're literally going to, if you use that amount and you just go through your scalp and your head and moisturizer and rinse that out, like, no, it's not made. It doesn't have the ingredient weights that conditioners have. If you notice, this is cleanse and condition. It's like to put the hydration back in. It's not about conditioner. It doesn't have the heavy pathenols and like the heavy creams and the bases and the shea butters, like the things that weigh your hair down. This doesn't have
it.
And you could see it so light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like that creamy.
Right.
Thick,
it smells so good.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Just don't use a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't need to.
Right.
You know.
And does she have to worry about weight down with the mask, with the mend mask?
No, but and here's the thing too, is like it all comes down to length as well. You still want to do the mask because especially if your hair is graying, your hair can use that. Just don't, again, you don't need a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you won't need a lot. But the one thing that I really, really love, and if my clients are definitely against conditioning, which some are, then the Juice Vitality Spray. As long as they're doing that. Now, I do this every day on my hair, and I've shampooed and masked and everything.
So we do the Vitality Spray with the brush. Oh, Janet wanted to know, is your shampoo gluten-free?
Yes.
It is. Awesome.
Let's make sure, right? Because there's no honey. Yes.
Yes. We do a combo with the smoothie brush and the Vitality Spray. That's how we sell it at Just Jill. So talk a little bit about the Vitality Spray. What is it? Why do I need it? Is it for everybody? You say it's your desert island product. Why?
This is if you told me I could only have one product, it would be. I mean, I hopefully I can have my shampoo because I got to clean my hair.
Now you're pushing it.
Oh my God!
You only get one product.
Only one. Okay, maybe I would use soap.
Okay,
and then I could probably get everything. This, if you can hear it, is as light as water. It is a heat protectant up to 450 degrees.
Wow.
It is so packed full, again, juice ingredients, which is saw palmetto, red clover, willow herb, like vitamins A, C, E, rice extract, like quinoa, olive extract, like so many good for you ingredients in here. And so what we're doing when we're using this is we're fighting frizz, we're fighting breakage, we're fighting heat damage to our hair. And it's so simple. To me, this is like, and it's fine. I can put it in my face like these. These are like, this is skincare for the hair. When I get out of the shower, my hair's wet, I put this all over. I mean, I could do it now too, because it'll absorb. And then the brush goes through like glass. There's no problem.
So is it does it detangle a little bit?
110%.
Oh, nice.
So, but the difference is that usually they have an oil base or a cream base, like,
yes.
And then that's what weighs the hair down. So when you were asking about your gray fine hair, if for some reason you were just like, I'd rather not, like, I don't think this will weigh your hair down, but I do have 2 clients that I know that shampoo, condition.
Got it.
Because they feel like their hair is as full as can be. And I see that their hair is as healthy as can be. So I'm okay with that. But I do ask them still to mask then. You know what I mean? Like just to make sure they're getting all the great nutrients in there as well. This is the reason why I always say this is my desert island is because I've given it, I've had so many clients that are on it. And it's life-changing for the hair. It really brings the youth back into your hair. So as we age, one, for the protection alone and the less breakage, no matter who you are. But when you start aging and your hair starts looking aged, by using this each day, I find that, and think about, I have baby fine hair that I color treat and then I highlight and it's curly and it's frizzy, like I need things in my hair that are going to just feed it so well, but that have no weight. because my hair's
Right.
fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, my hair will split and break even at this length. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, let alone longer. But so many of my clients that I get on the Vitality Spray, they notice a difference immediately. But again, as they go through, their hair just transforms.
Nice.
Like literally transforms into hair that looks healthier and shinier. And we know what I'm talking about. I just had a friend of ours, actually, a client that came in, and it just, for some reason, her hair, where she was going with, it just like looked parched. It was gray under there, but they were highlighting it, and it just had that aged look. And so got her connected with all the things. And even just shampooing her, I did actually the mask, sprayed this on, gave her a blowout, and used the perfector instead of a strong heat, and then 10 years younger.
Wow.
In a nanosecond.
Wow.
Just because it's just like you were saying, like, do you ever like get a really great eye cream and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I look alive again. Like I don't look so wrinkled and dry and like crepey or whatever. When your hair looks crepey and dry, and it ages us.
Yes, for sure.
So to me, this is my multivitamin for my hair.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great. And again, everybody can use it. Doesn't add any weight. You're using on your wet hair.
Use it?
I don't know. Do you use the Vitality Spray?
I don't, but I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with long hair, it's just like, zoop. If you have little curls like my
she does.
grandbabies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they like that. This and this takes all the tears away.
Yeah.
From everybody, But my clients that want their hair long and have it long and they color treat it and do like Kylie, like this is the protection so that they don't get the split ends and they're not getting the breakage.
Well, I think if you're using,
long.
like I also hear, if you're using any type of heated product on your hair, which could just be the blow dryer, that's going to be something that's going to protect your hair too. So it, restores the shine and the health and all the things that you feel like were lost and you can't get back. So that's the Vitality Spray. Again, you can find all of these items at justjillshop.com. So we started with getting you the right shampoo and conditioner that's going to exfoliate, that's going to treat your hair, that's going to condition your hair, right? Then we did the Mend Mask for that extra boost. Now you've got your Vitality Spray, super lightweight, protectant, nourishing, all those things. Now let's style, right? So introducing a brand new product from Calista. It's only been on the market for a week or two. And when I knew Maria was going to be here, I texted her and I'm like, can we talk about the Elixir? And so we have partnered. One of the things I like to do here at Just Jill with our brands is I like to put products together instead of making you buy two of the same thing when you've never tried it. I like to put products together that you're going to be using together. So if you're going to use this Elixir on your hair, you're going to want to set your hair. So what's the right hairspray? So we've partnered it with the Air Shape hairspray. So this is a duo. And you're going to get the Elixir and you're going to get the Air Shape. Okay. So you've got the perfect combination. All right. And we'll talk about this hairspray in a second. And P.S. And by the way, if you're sitting there saying, I want volume, girls, where's the volume kit? It's coming out. Yeah. But let's talk about this brand new. Listen, you have foams, you have creams, you have other types of styling products. Why this Elixir? What did you feel was missing? And what's it going to do for me?
So what it's going to do for you, well, one, it's a true styling product. So you're putting it on your hair wet.
Okay. Wet hair.
You only need, that comes out in a nice little, just a new one, 2 pumps.
Let me feel it. I haven't even felt it yet.
I'm obsessed with it. So it's part of the juice line.
Smells so good. Super
part of the
fresh.
Juice line because it's a matter of, see the nice iridescent? Look at that.
Yeah.
So that's for all the shine. It's just going to gloss your hair up. This is in the
not sticky.
Line.
It's not sticky.
Not
I always like to do these tests.
She's like in a park. Smells so.
But it's not sticky.
So
it's not tacky. And so
and feel it.
Yeah, it's like
so
soft, but leaves no residue. Okay, what is happening?
So it is.
It's
like if you took a gel and a mousse and a cream, and maybe even a little bit of serum, and you put it into one product. And why would you do that? Because we know that mousses give us volume and fill our hair out and give us fullness. And we know creams make it shiny and smooth and manageable. And we know that gels give us the long lasting hold. So, and serums to help us assisting with frizz and stuff like that. So instead of you having to think, because my clients were always like, I don't know exactly what I need. And a lot of times I was putting multiple products on my clients.
It was cocktailing, right?
Cocktailing. That became a big thing.
And sometimes if you've ever tried that at home and you did it with products that weren't necessarily compatible, right?
It was a mess.
It was a mess. Yeah.
So my cocktailing was a big thing in our industry. Like start with the serum and then put on the mousse and then blah, blah, blah. So I decided for my clients that there was a product. It took me a while to get to this. Put it in the juice line because it's that, you know, everything in one type of product. It literally is going to give you the fullness in the body that you want, but your hair is going to look soft and smooth and manageable. It's easy. You're only using that, you know, 2 pumps. That's it. It'll last you a long time. The iridescent makes it shiny and just so manageable. But also, all that I'm talking about, you don't really feel it in the hair. Like you feel that your hair is thicker, you know, like fuller, like my hair feels like commercial hair, you know, but it's doesn't have anything in it that feels like tack. You know what I mean? Like some styling products, like you feel it. Yes. Yeah. The thing that you feel is the hair being different, not the product on the hair helping it to be different, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
So because it's a different formulation completely. I mean, that's one thing you can know, and Calista love when I can get any product in my salon. And so if there's products that are already there, I'm not going to make it.
Yes.
You know, but the one thing I did find myself doing is having clients buy multiple products to get their blowout.
Yes.
You know, at home when they wanted to style their hair, you know, but this is beautiful too. If you put it on, let your hair dry by itself and then use a tool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and can I talk about why we put it with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why we chose it to be with the air shape is because this is a very go-to for a lot of my clients that walk out the door.
Yeah, this is my favorite Calista hairspray. I love this hairspray. It is. Yeah. I like the Embellish, but sometimes it's a little much for my hair, right? And for me, I like I like my hair to still kind of like have a little bit more movement to it, right? Softer. I just like a little softer with the hairspray.
And I find that like this is my, you know, this is my day. This is when you were asking shampoo, condition. Sometimes I do the mask. I always put the Vitality on, and then I'll put my new Elixir on. And then when I'm done styling it, I'm using Air Shape day to day because the difference with this is an oxygenation formulation. So it's vitamins, minerals, but it also has this oxygenation. So what happens is it's high technology. It's professional spray. So it's got really high performance, but you don't feel it as much. Right. So it's kind of that nice duality of like, okay, so my hair's going to look good all day, but it's going to look that way naturally. Like it's not like it's like you see both Jill and I putting our hands through our hair and moving it and touching it. You know, it's not flattening on us, but you know, which is different. And we'll talk about that there are times where I want it
locked in.
Yeah. And I want it bigger or so we have that. But I always feel like I do pair things up.
Yes.
So like to me, this is my pretty much all the time. Whereas the next thing we're going to talk about is generally my going out.
Yes.
That's usually
like
where
lock
I go.
in volume, keep it there.
Or I'm trying to do something bigger and bolder. You know?
Lisa wants to know, would you use this, meaning the Elixir, in place of
I love that
the
question.
Embellish styling cream? Lisa, that was one of the questions I asked Maria too, because the Embellish styling cream, formerly known as Achieve 10, has long been one of my favorite Calista products.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what's fun about it is I am an Embellish cream girl through and through, right? But the Elixir just is a different route for me. So the Elixir, I find when like the Embellish cream, I'm doing a lot more when I just am casually wearing my hair. Whereas the Elixir, like today, because I put all these waves in and I wanted a little bit more bigness to it, but not big. So that's when I'm kind of reaching for the Elixir.
There's a little bit more of a hold component in this compared to the cream. There's a little more volume component to this than the cream. The cream has a lot of protective qualities to it, right? Yes. So the UV, the heat, you know, the smoothing, which isn't necessarily the Elixir, right?
You know, that's like a very, and that we were talking about like that Embellish cream is a very protective product, right? It's really
Mhm.
caring for the hair. It's not that this is not caring for the hair, because it is, of course,
Yeah.
but not in that way, because it's leaning more towards the style.
Yes.
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like the styling cream is the lightest styling product Maria has for somebody who feels like they need to put a little something in their hair, but they don't want to feel it. They don't want to know it's there. But they know they can't go without something. That's the styling cream. This has just like, this is next level.
Next
if we
level.
had to go like light, medium,
Yes.
full, light would be the styling cream, medium would be the elixir, because remember, Maria's cocktailed it with this idea of the gel and the foam and the cream and what those things do for the hair. Volume, hold, smoothing, already done for you in the elixir. And again, like I can't believe
You don't
there's
feel it at
I don't
all.
feel any,
Which is like Embellish cream, right?
I'm snapping,
Wow.
right? Like there's nothing tacky about it.
Mhm.
And you saw we
It
had it
smells
on
good.
our hand, and it does.
It's
It
so
smells
fresh.
really nice and
So
fresh.
fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I can't wait to try it.
I know.
I can't wait to try
Me
it.
too.
And then again, the hairspray. Can I just show
Yes.
you? Like I
Yeah,
just
you
love
do your
this
thing.
hair. I love
It's so
this
nice.
hair.
Look how great that mist is. Don't you think the mist is like, to me,
Yes.
when we really worked at how that mist comes out, look at what Jill just did, just with the spray alone. Like it literally, she textured out the hair. Look at that. That's
love this
amazing.
hairspray. Love it. Okay.
It is so
It
great.
works best for my hair, and what I like, because it gives me enough hold for the way I wear and style my hair, and it's very compatible with the types of products I like to use.
Right.
So again, so that was that new duo. Love it. Elixir and the Air Shape. Awesome combo. And then there are those of you, O'Donna said, do you use the mask instead of the conditioner? I always leave the conditioner in while I shower and rinse when I'm done with the shower.
Perfect.
So, right. Yeah. The mask is essentially,
you're going to skip
just,
this one time and do this.
Yep. When you use the mask,
with more.
no conditioner in the shower that day, Donna, you use the mask as the conditioner for that day and leave it in the whole time you're doing your shower.
This is going to help with breakage. And like, there's a lot of things that are
It's
way
treatment,
more intense
right?
in here.
Like think about it in your skincare routine. You have your moisturizer, but then you have treatment products too that take it to the next level. That's kind of your juice, shampoo, and condition. And then you have the mend mask that takes it to the next level.
Like vitamin C's now that we put on before our cream, or the Vital E's, these things that we're boosting.
Yes.
Basically. It's a boost.
It's a boost.
Yeah.
All right, let's boost the hair.
Yeah.
Even more. So again, we just showed you the Elixir and the Air Shape. Again, that's going to be for those of you who, want a little hold, want a little bounce, want a little volume. Then there are those of you who have very fine hair and you're like, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. So that's the kit we've put together for you here. This has been one of our best sellers at Just Jill. Again,
secret, Jill.
You have a secret?
Yeah.
What?
This is sold out everywhere but here.
You're kidding.
I didn't even know you had it.
The Embellish hairspray sold out everywhere but here at Just Jill?
Everywhere. I actually was kind of surprised that you still had it today. I was like, darn. I don't know how many you have, but
shopping at Just Jill has its privileges.
We need to blast that because people ask us every day.
Yeah,
when
we
it's
have
coming
it.
back.
We have
We're
it.
gonna start telling them. Just go to Just Jill.
Just go to Just Jill.
Yay.
And this was really one of the first duos that Maria and I put together because we sat down and talked about like, all right, so great. We give them the foam. That's going to give you the volume, the fullness without the sticky tackness, but that's what she can work into her roots. And that's where she's going to need that volume. But then how does she hold it? Let's make sure we get her the right hairspray too. So from the Embellish line, this is the Embellish foam. This is the Embellish hairspray. And again, a powerful duo for those of you who want volume. And then you want to make sure you spray to hold that volume.
Yep. And here's the thing. This was the Embellish line is the first products that we created, and it's a fiber technology. I'm like, you didn't say that. She always says that.
That's because when Maria first came out with her first product, the Embellish styling definer that has the fibers in it, I was one of the guinea pigs for that product.
She's the one who convinced me to bottle it.
And before Maria went on QVC as a guest, we would practice in my kitchen. I would set the timer on my microwave.
I really do.
And we would say, okay, let's see if we can talk about it for 6 minutes. And then we go. And then we would do it and be like, okay, let's see if we can do it for 10 minutes. And we would practice together. It was so much fun, right? So
it was so much fun.
That's part of why I have
was
such
like,
an affinity for Maria and this line, because I feel like I've watched it like
she
blossom into this amazing
Helped it.
collection. Lisa was like, best hairspray ever.
It's so
Awesome.
true. That's why I get it now as much as you can. It's going to take a little bit to get back on other sites. But the fiber technology is really the whole story behind this, because those fibers adhere to the hair. They plump it up. They make the hair pliable. And then you can get it to do what you want to do. Jill maybe coined it, I think. But no, you have a different one too. But they're products that act like tools.
Yes.
And you always say, and they turn your haircut into a hairstyle. Like they're like an assist.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're an assist. Just put them, even if you get the foam home, we're going to put in, I like to put in,
it's okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually only put in one big pump and put it through, and then one big pump and put it through. But the difference is it's not a mousse. Yeah. This is a foam. And why that is
remember like the mousse in the 80s and 90s,
yeah,
it was really so thick, right?
And then your hair would feel full, and then it would just like collapse.
If there was humidity or rain, it was like, oh, gummy.
This is literally foamy. Like it's not heavy at all. So that's important, because whether your hair is baby fine or your hair is super thick, if there's too much weight put onto the hair with product, it might look good for 20 minutes. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, my hair's flat now.
Yes.
Because it weighs it down. So this literally goes in and kind of swells that hair up and plumps it up. And really, if you just get the foam, put that through and style your hair, do whatever you usually do, you'll just be like, oh my gosh, like,
yes,
this is amazing. And the one thing that you can count on Calista for is, because I don't want it to be hard for my clients. So we painstakingly, as Jill knows, because she helped me, when we develop every product, painstakingly make sure that there's not any way that it's going to feel heavy or stiff or sticky, but it's going to do its job. And there are some products that we have that are stronger. And that's why, like Embellish, I'll forewarn everybody, use a pea-sized amount, because this is a very concentrated product, but honestly, and then this is great for curls. If you're somebody who wants to define your curls, when your hair is wet and you run this through, the curls just get so defined, but they don't get stiff or sticky. Like they just dry as curls. Yeah. Usually you put product on curls and then they're like crunchy and you got to break up the crunch. Like I literally, if somebody just has a slight wave in their hair and I put this through and scrunch, I can get curl that they didn't even think they had.
When you were out of Achieve 10 for such a long time, I had to find a new Calista product for styling, and I went to the foam. And I do have a little bit of natural curl in my hair. Yeah. You don't see it as much when my hair is shorter, but when I let it go a little bit longer, you see it. Yeah. And I love
think there's a little bit of your your hair changed. Like when I first met you, there wasn't that much.
Yeah.
And then I think your hair kind of changed with maybe after babies or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So I love the foam because I could scrunch it in and let my hair air dry. And then it would just have a tiny little bit of wave to it, but it didn't look like flat to my head. If I were to wash and if I was just to wash my hair and let it air dry with no product in it, you would see my hair, it would be so flat, and you would think to yourself, wow, she always said she has a lot of hair. I don't see it, because it would just all be so flat and collapsed. But when I used the foam, put it in there, and then let my hair air dry, I had the body back. I had that little bit of lift back. And if it can do that on my heavy hair, then for those of you who have that fine hair, so baby hair, again, God rest his soul, my friend Nick Chavez used to say the Chihuahua hair. The foam is going to be great for you. Just remember, you don't use a styling product like this. No. You're using a styling product getting up under those areas that are heavy, so that's where the lift can happen.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, these are professional products. And if you're not, and very professional products, like I've been a stylist for 40 years, I've had the salon 35 years. Yeah. Like you may be used to using a lot of products. Products are so diluted these days. You don't need a lot of this. I would suggest, all depending on your length, like in Jill's hair, I might just put a pump.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
And then, if you want to try a little more because you love that and you just want to try a half a more pump because you think you could get a little more out of it, that's the way you do styling products. You build up a little bit till you find that perfect formula.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
for
we all
me-
get excited, like, oh, they said it was going to be full of volume.
Mhm. How much can I put in? More
And
must
it's
be
this mound
better.
of foam and you're trying to put it in and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, wait, I don't think I like it. Well, user
Yeah.
error.
Yes.
So
it's so
start
concentrated.
small.
You
Yeah,
don't-
start
it's
small.
Crazy how
You can always add more.
Yeah, even like the
Yeah.
spray, you didn't do that much spray.
No.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
Like you really don't. You'll see. Just build it, and you'll get that perfect amount for you. But start with less and just build to
Build it
where
up.
you want to go.
I know Penny said that she loves this duo. Beach Girl Catherine wants to know, do the products expire? Is there a shelf life?
There, for styling products, there is. I mean, it's like, I think it's 5 years as far as what our manufacturer tells. I have a lot of clients that are like, oh, I still have that from 8 years ago, and it still works. It
Who
always
still has hair
works.
care styling products 8 years later? You're supposed to be using them regularly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think you're good, Catherine. Like a couple years.
Oh yeah,
no
yeah.
problem.
Don't worry.
We didn't really talk about the hairspray. So you put the foam in your hair
Mhm.
wet, then you're going to blow dry your hair and do what you do. And then you're sealing it, you're finishing it, you're holding it, you're locking in, and even creating more volume and texture with this hairspray. What is it?
So this is the Embellish hairspray. So again, the fiber technology. We're talking, it's plumping up the hair.
Mm-hmm.
It is, what makes it so unique is that it's fiber technology, which is really cool. It's water-free, which is unusual,
Mhm.
and lacquer-free, which was not heard of when we created the product.
Yeah.
So most hairsprays have water in them, but when we want to pump up the volume, we need that water out. We know what water does to our hair. I mean, if I go out in humidity, I get frizz. If my
Yeah.
fine hair ladies go out, they just go flat. Like, it's not, water's not our friend, when we're trying to get style in our hair. So, I used to be a competitive stylist for years. And that was the thing, trying to find a spray that didn't have water in it, because that's how you got the hair to do whatever you wanted it to do and stay locked in there for however long it took the judges to come around to see your style.
Wow.
So if your hair was supposed to be just like this for me to win, that judge might not get to you for 45 minutes because there might be 100 competitors.
Yeah.
So like it has to be like it has to stay.
Yeah.
A lot has to do with that. So it's water free. That's what makes it so unique. This is, I do believe, has a cult following. Like this is one of
people
those
love this
sprays.
hairspray. Yeah.
She had mentioned, I'm sorry, I forget who had mentioned, Lisa maybe. She loves, Christine, I think. Loves hairs. Yeah, they had came on and said that. But because it is one of those sprays that is super unique. And as you can see, I just used it to build my hair up. Another thing, because of the fiber technology, for those of you that have fine hair, here's a trick. Some days when I really don't want to wear spray, but I want my hair to feel thicker, I'll spray. See how big I can get my hair, I'll spray it through. I'll make sure that it dries in there, right? Like I'll just give it a couple seconds and then I literally will brush it out. But because of the fiber technology, what happens is my baby fine chihuahua hair that you just mentioned now becomes thicker. Sorry, I was using the mirror.
Yeah.
I see the thickness now.
Yes.
And I really do have like baby fine hair. But that, with that spray.
And look at the shine in her hair too.
Right.
Right.
It adheres to the hair and it really thickens every single solitary strand.
Nice.
So it's one of those sprays that you can use just like I use. If you're somebody who uses a roller, like a soft grip or anything like that, take your section, spray it, and put that roller in. You're going to have such
there's kind of like a
hair.
renaissance of Velcro rollers. I know you have them too. We need to start carrying those.
Okay.
But like if you're using, would that be what you would use with it?
100%.
Yeah.
I would spray it and put my little roller in.
Yeah. Nice.
And then the other thing, when we talk about this, when I use a curling tool, I'll spray that section, let it set.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I know I'm getting a lot of thickness to my hair.
I saw a couple questions, so I'm going to go through here. One is 2 questions about the new juice elixir from Tammy. Is it only for use on wet hair, or could I use it on clean, dry hair in the morning? Would I use that before or after Vitality?
After Vitality, because Vitality is just, you're going to go right into your hair and be that multivitamin, right? And then on dry hair, that is such a great question because I would normally say no, but I say no to anything. So now that you ask that, I'm going to test that because it's a styling product. So I always think wet, but because you can't feel it at all, I think it is a product that you could lightly put in and restyle your hair.
Yeah.
But I'm talking that you would lightly put it in. So like if
Yeah.
I was gonna,
I feel like it would only be for certain like hair types or
Yeah.
cuts that could pull that off.
Right, exactly. But like as a rezhuzh is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like
a rezhuzh.
that little bit, like a rezhuzh.
Instead of a reset, it's a rezhuzh.
See, like I could do that to my hair. It's like you could probably put in yours too right now.
All right.
And then when I wake up, I would do that real quick and then re-blow. Like I would blow it a little bit and just get it back.
Like I would think maybe if I woke up and my hair was like frizzy by my face, that maybe I would like put in a little there and then use the blow dryer on it real quick.
That's what, and if that's what you're talking about, I'm saying yes to that.
Yeah.
But I'd never put a lot in on dry hair. But do you see how it just absorbs?
Yeah.
Which is unusual for a wet styling product.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about the ingredients of my product, because most wet styling products you couldn't put on your hair dry, but the way my products are formulated, they don't like, it's not like a,
it's not as because they're not disastrous
and they're not so sticky. That's why.
Yeah.
Because usually if you put a sticky product on your dry hair, like you're done.
Right.
Right.
But, yeah. Sylvia says, do you have any unscented products?
Well,
but maybe something to keep in mind.
Yeah, exactly. You know, what's interesting is that a lot of the products aren't very scented. It's just that the ingredients that we use, like especially the juice, like there's not really fragrance in that.
Yeah.
It's like more of what those ingredients do.
are.
Yeah.
So it's not added
like
fragrance
clean.
necessarily.
Right.
A lot
Exactly.
of times. Yeah. Donna said, have you considered travel sizes? Would love it if you would.
Yes. Working on it. I promise I'm working on it. We are going to be launching a little travel kit soon on our website that we should get for you, but they're empties.
Okay. And then you can fill up for your big sizes.
So there'll be like 2 little spray bottles because I like to have this with me and I like to have I put the flex spray for my hairspray for travel.
Yeah.
And then I put my shampoo and conditioner and then my styling product.
Oh,
that little
that's
kit goes
nice.
with me. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Soon.
Yeah. Awesome.
But we're working on it.
One last thing. What do you recommend for humidity for your hair?
Yeah. So of course the whole juice is what helps me with humidity, right? When I mask and I use my vitality spray, but the Embellish cream, I don't know if you have that on the site now, but the Embellish cream has humidity blocker in it. So that's my kind of.
So look up the Embellish styling cream, Catherine. We have that over at Just Jill Shop. And that's long been a favorite product of mine. So that's great. Before we let you go, because we're already over 9 o'clock. This always happens.
I know. Too.
Gabbing.
So much to learn.
This is one of my favorite styling tools of Maria. I take it with me whenever I travel now. This is the new and improved Go-Go. So it's the one that has a slightly higher temperature.
Yep. Because you guys all customers wrote and wanted more heat.
More heat. So what is the evolution of this? Rena says, I love the mini Go-Go with my short hair, use several products and love them. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so this is the Go-Go. We just got this back in stock. Who is this for? What do I do with it? What is it? Why'd you create it? All the things.
Well, this is a heated round brush. Everything that you know and love Calista tools for, just in a shrunken down varnish.
And a mini.
We didn't sacrifice the technology or anything like that. We just made it smaller. So it's not a toy. It's our fiber, fusion technology, top quality nylon teeth. They keep you from the heat. They also are what holds your hair to the barrel. So you don't have to clamp, crimp, crease.
There's no, there's just an on and an off, correct?
And we are at 365.
Okay.
Because to me, that's the fault setting on all of my tools. Unless, for some reason you have very resistant hair, you shouldn't be going up higher.
Yeah, right.
And so the thing about this is, I have my perfector at home, right? So like if I was doing my hair and I could use that, but this is because my hair's shorter, I can do my whole head with this. And I do travel with this because I don't want to bring the big one. But it's also a great touch-up tool. Like I'm just using it right now to do a curl. And I'm going to hand it over because I know you like to use it too.
Here, I'm going to set my water down.
Okay.
Let me just use the smoothie brush real quick, just in case I have any hairspray in there, just to make it a little easier to work through.
So what's so nice about a heated round brush is that it does things that like an iron doesn't do. First of all, on Jill's very short hair, she can't burn herself.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, look, it's right up next to my head, right?
She can get lift. She can get volume. She can get movement. She can direct her hair.
I use it here a lot because I have a cowlick right there.
It's so great for bangs. So, like sometimes I just have clients that use it on their bangs, like even with their longer hair and they have bangs. Like because you can't burn yourself, and everybody burns their forehead. And right here where Jill's working on the sides, like everybody burns their ears.
Yeah.
But with you just can't, right?
Right.
Like it's like, the teeth protect you from the heat.
And
See the
for
little
me,
flick?
because my hair is thicker, I do hold it in place a little bit longer than
Because
Maria
it's sharp.
does.
Yeah.
My hair's thicker. I have more of it. There's more for that heat to get through, to work. Maria's hair is a lot thinner. So that heat, when her hair is wrapped around that barrel, that heat gets to it and she's good to go. For me, I usually hold it for like 10 seconds.
And here's what's great about what she's saying is because
And then I let it go. And then
for those of you that think you have to have really high heat, you don't. And what is actually better is what Jill's doing is at 365 and she's holding it for 10 seconds. Think about when you're cooking. If you put a steak in the oven, or you like have it on high heat, like you lose you evaporate all the natural juice and moisture that's in the steak. You cooked it quick, but it's not going to taste as good. So like you might be able to do your hair fast because it's a higher heat and you got to go faster. You're going to burn your hair, but it doesn't mean you're keeping the shine in your hair. Yeah. Look at what you just, and the shine. The fusion technology with the shine is just crazy. So will this work for long hair? The question would be is how long is your hair? Yes, definitely. My daughter's hair this long. I mean, I can bring, like,
could do Kylie.
Yeah, it will curl it. It's just that what I find for long hair is it's going to be time consuming, right? Because it's a small workspace.
Small barrel.
So most of my clients with long hair tell me that they'll use their perfector and then this goes in their purse for touch-ups. Or if they're traveling, they'll shampoo, like for the weekend, they'll shampoo, use the perfector, but then they take this with them because then they can touch up all weekend because they're not going to shampoo again.
Right.
So it definitely works on longer hair. It's just a smaller work surface. So, it does everything the perfector does. It's just a smaller work surface.
On my hair, it gives me, like you saw my hair before, it was very spiky. When I use this, you can see it's a more rounded volume that I get. So like over here, a lot of times is where I need some extra. So that might be where I go in there and try to give myself a little bit more volume. You could see like that's giving me more of a rounded volume look. So it takes my haircut and turns it into a different hairstyle. And I mean, all from one little tool that's really easy to work with. My mom loves this. Again, my mom's going to be on Thursday, the day I'm on QVC all day with J Jewelry. My mom's going to be 83. She can't lift up a heavy tool anymore, right? So this is nice because she can go right here and she can roll it into her hair and undo it without having to, be something heavy and hard for her to get around. It's so easy just to go in there and it can even just grab your hair. And then you let it go and there you have it. So it's a great little item, great for travel, great to try. And here's the thing.
It does have the QR code on it. So when you get home, you'll just take your phone and, you put your phone up to it and the little yellow box will, when you hit that, and then I literally show up on your phone, virtual stylist. You can pick short, medium, long hair, and I walk you through exactly how to use it. I show the model will do it too,
Nice.
so you can actually see not just how I do it. That's why I like Jill's doing it for you, because there's a difference when you see a stylist doing it versus us doing it on ourselves, right? So that QR code really walks you through. And I think that's on the, that's something even on a website, like you could see if you're curious, like, will this work for me?
Yeah.
We have tons of videos
over at Calista.com.
To help you.
And I think too, this is also a good product to try, just to sort of understand what these bristles and how these heated tools work. Because if you like this, then I think you have more confidence to spend a little bit more money on the bigger size.
Yes,
so
that's very true.
Everybody's saying a great, fun, informative chat. Thank you. Thank
Great
show. We'll rewatch
We love
later.
hanging out with you guys.
Thank you so much for making time to be here. Thank you for making time. She's so busy, and yet she always saves time for us here at Just Jill.
Yes.
Listen, I'll be on QVC.
I'll always save time.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Are you on QVC at all this week with Calista?
I actually have to travel. So
you're traveling. All right. I'm on Thursday.
But I'll be back right after that. My hour show's like on the 10th.
Oh, nice. I'll be on all day Thursday, 1 a.m., 11 a.m., 8 p.m. J Jewelry, incredible new things. 14 karat gold bracelet is back. 14 karat gold necklace debuting. So tune in for that. And then next Tuesday, the Monday after Labor Day, we're going to have our final harvest collection. We've had such pretty things for fall. fall, and almost everything's sold out. So it's like our last order of all things fall. So we'll be bringing that to you next week. So hopefully see you Thursday. Thanks for being here tonight, and we'll see you soon. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.